So you always have to watch yourself and the environment and the information coming at you to see if the Illuminati's manipulating you, or the AI devil, or whatever you want to call it. That AI devil's trying to manipulate most of the time. And so let's say you go down this path, which is wrong. The system might send agents to try to support you going down this. So how do you keep yourself safe? Stay in the Bible. Stay in the Word. Your equilibrium is biblical truth. You've got to stay in the Word. That's your equilibrium. Everything's trying to pull you in the direction of idolatry. Everywhere you look is idolatry. Everywhere you look is insanity. Everywhere you look is just total, ridiculous self-worship, idolatry, the world, the flesh, pride life. Everybody's walking in some kind of delusion or fake reality. Everybody around you, most people, 98% of the people don't even... If you ask the average person, have you ever read the book of Hebrews? What do you mean? What's the book of Hebrews? Do you know what's in the book of Hebrews? You ever read the book of Romans? If I was to ask these people if they wouldn't even know what the book of Romans is. I tested it. I get to test it. I'm around a lot of people. And I get to test where people are. And most people are on this lower level. You can't, if you were to say something about archetypes, very few people can even hear that. If you were to say something about dispensations, very few people could hear that. If you were talking about the fundamentals, just the fundamentals, you would think everybody would know the fundamentals, but very few people can hear that. Faith alone in Jesus alone. Most people don't even know it. I've asked people, I said something about John 3:16. They said, what is that? They don't even know what that is anymore. It used to be that everybody knew John 3:16. I mean everybody. Even the unsaved knew John 3:16. Now nobody knows John 3:16. That tells you how far society has moved away from the fundamentals of the faith. It's ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's insanity. I'm to the point now where I'm in a different spot in life where I really don't go into deep conversation with anybody more, because there's really nothing to talk about. I've already heard it all. I've already seen it all, heard it all. They have nothing new. I was going to watch some of the Olympics, but after I heard they had that celebration, that worshiping the devil at the beginning, whatever it was, I didn't watch it. I just saw somebody talking about it. I just moved it over. Moved the focus of something else. But anyway, it's bad when the whole world is worshiping the devil and nobody even talks about it. My focus now is focusing on walking, bike riding, jogging, remodeling, work, pay off any kind of debts, experiment with different things. I know people probably talk bad about this, but I bought this today. I'm experimenting with this. The reason I bought this is because I got all these potassium, magnesium, chloride, calcium, and all that, and it's got taurine. I know it's got some stuff that's probably not good for you, but zero sugars. Some of the other drinks It's called Ghost. You can get it at Walmart, but it's on the top. It's hard to find. It's on the top shelf. B6, magnesium, potassium. It tastes pretty good. It's got a lot of xanthium, root extract. I'm gonna just test it. I'm not promoting it yet, but I'm gonna test it. Chloride, B12, C, calcium. It's supposed to have taurine somewhere. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the taurine in here. Maybe it doesn't. I do have some taurine supplements, but taurine supplements supposed to reverse aging, and also a few other things I've talked about. So I'm experimenting with some of these energy drinks that have all your electrolytes. Just see how it leaves it does. I think all of them are going to leave an aftertaste. I went and got a cup of ice, put it in some ice. It does leave an aftertaste. The orange does. But it says 0 sugars, but it's got all this other stuff. Citric acid, potassium citrate, fruit and vegetable juice. People say that's bad. Sorbic acid, seaweed, calcium, sucralose. There's your sweet taste. Panax, ginseng root extract. The reason I bought it is they said it had taurine in it, but it's got a lot of electrolytes, so I don't see the taurine. Oh well, maybe it's but it's not a bad drink. I don't have a problem with it. It's like an orange drink. But my point is focusing on health, longevity, debt-free, watching out for the games, always be on guard. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, the archon, the fallen archons, the cosmocrators, cosmocratons, or whatever they call it. Spiritual wickedness in high places. You're always under attack. Boom, 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 boom. And see, what happens is the way the devil attacks is through a person, right? And so a person comes up and says something and tries to pull you into some kind of revenge, fear, anger, whatever. But you realize that person is not even self-aware of what they're doing. So when you look at a person, you're looking at yourself. And if you're along the path further along, they don't even know that they're on a path. And so you look at that person and say, I used to be like that, or I used to think like that, or I almost went that way, or I almost thought that way. And so you're on a path that they never have been on, or they're on the path, but they just haven't advanced that far. And so you don't have to respond to their insanity. But I see a big shift in my core, my whole person. I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm talking about not 1 millisecond with foolishness. Not even 1 millisecond. It's not even worth it. And even if I have a thought, and you should be able, if you have the mind of Christ, you can always catch some old Adamic thoughts. So even if you have your own thought, which is foolishness, don't dwell on that. Let's say you have a thought from your childhood or something that tries to kick in. Don't dwell on it. It's not real. So whether it's somebody else trying to put thoughts, whether it's your own thoughts, whether it's a conversation at work, no matter what it is, don't even waste your time on it. It's not even worth it. Most everybody's running on emotions, you know. They're not running on truth. They're not running on archetypical truth. They're not running on principles. If you read Proverbs and Psalms, you realize this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God's in control. He put you here for a reason. Why? This will solve all your problems right here. Why did God create this place? He created this place to make sons of God, daughters of God. So he made this place to make sons of God, copies of Jesus. When you see Jesus, you'll be like him. By his Spirit, Christ in you, the hope of glory. So if God's plan before the foundation world was to grow you up spiritually, to prosper you, to make you healthy, wealthy, wise, whatever, then God is on your side. And if God be for us, who can be against us? You just have to use wisdom down here. So don't live in some false paradigm that's not lined up with what God has as an overarching principle for you. I'm trying to see if this drink here has some kind of after effect, like jitter. You know, you might. When I was studying online, it had caffeine. It said it might give you a jittery effect, but maybe that was a different one because I don't see caffeine on this one. But your body, if your body's not used to all these electrolytes all at once, you might get some kind of reaction, or this root extract might cause a reaction. So there's a shift. I'm going through a shift. It's like I'm not even wasting my time. And why would I even go watch some foolishness online either? I'm to the point where when you see the top scientists saying, oh, we got to figure out what consciousness is. We got to figure out what consciousness is. We're going to do the math formula. Just open up your Bible. Jesus is consciousness. God breathed life into mankind. If you want to know what consciousness is, run to Jesus. These so-called genius scientists can't even figure out what consciousness is, and they're trying to do a math equation for it. I mean, it's getting out of hand, people. These scientists are showing how ignorant they really are. They're so smart, they're dumb, you know. They're so smart, they're dumb.